Hey everyone, welcome back to this week's episode. Now we're here to see Eddie today and his beautiful 57 Buick. It's stunning and it's won some awards, so I reckon we should check it out.
Let's do it. Right, g'day everyone, welcome to today's episode. Today we're here with Eddie, and Eddie's got this beautiful 57 Buick here. Eddie, how long have you had this thing, mate?
God, well, I've had this since, I think I purchased it in 2008 from the US. Wasn't running at the time, but it had everything there. Motor was out of it, basically, the original nail head, and believe it or not, it was actually chopped as well. It came with a donor, which in the end I originally got rid of the chop, because I didn't quite like the look of it. I think it just didn't suit the car, actually, to be honest. Yeah, so I had that put down up to original height, came back here, and I had that done in the US.
Okay.
And they've done such a poor job, I had to
Rightio.
redo it again,
Oh,
basically.
no.
Yeah. So they are pretty rough there sometimes, you think, in the US, you know. So,
yeah, look, and if it's going on a boat, they probably just went, it's never coming back. So.
Yeah, that's right. Got them to do bits and pieces, got them to just get it rolling.
Yep.
So then I could then get it back here and then, you know,
No
start
worries.
my...
So it's
my
just a
rest
rolling shell when you first acquired it.
Yep.
Overall condition at that point,
Look,
apart from the roof?
it was in good nick, really good nick. There was no rust on it. Off memory, I think there was a little spot over here, but that was it. You know, the seals, I had the seals done, but other than that, overall, it was almost a rust-free car.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
That saves you a packet, doesn't it? With not having to cut all that rust out. So do you know much about the history of the car from the US?
Look, it was in Milwaukee is where it came from originally, because I remember when I was trying to get it here, I had troubles because it was during their winter and it was stuck in this guy's garage.
Okay.
And it was under ice.
Right.
So
get it out.
couldn't get it out basically.
Yep.
So I had to wait until their winter was over before they could literally get it out of there and then get it back here again.
Yeah, imagine that, having your car stuck because of ice.
Oh, you know, it was very frustrating, mate,
Yeah, I
because
bet.
I was always on the phone ringing, you know, when's it ready? And, you know, he was like, dude, stop stressing me, you know. He goes, I can't do anything about it. It's under ice.
Yeah.
You know, so you're just going to have to wait it out. So, yeah, I just had to wait it out, mate. And
well, patience is a tough game.
It
but,
is.
Yeah.
When you
Especially
got
when you're
something,
waiting for something.
100%, mate, yeah.
Yeah, no worries. Now, so obviously you've gone through and rebuilt just about everything on the car, have you? Like I can see, so you've obviously painted it, trimmed it, and had to find a motor and everything for it.
Yep.
So talk us through the paint job, because it's a pretty crazy colour. I really like this colour. It's a good combination, being the two-tone.
So look, I chose the colours myself, basically. It's a pewter silver on the top with a wine berry on the bottom, which the wine berry was painted completely over the car, and then the silver went on the top of it, hence the bit of pinky tinge that you sometimes can see out of it.
Yeah, that champagne-y kind of colour. Yeah.
Look, and that work was done by a guy named Steve Bover from Jules Panel and Paint. Awesome guy. He took this under his wing when it came to painting it and getting all of it all ready for paint. Yeah, I got so much respect for that guy. He literally took it under his wing and... well,
he's done a fantastic job.
Yeah, he has. I'm absolutely wrapped with it. Yeah, so that was him. And then there was a guy by the name of Daniel Finch. He did the metal work prior going to Steve. And yeah, he had it for a while. He did all the rust work, which wasn't a lot, but did all the seals. He was absolutely a legend. A lot of the guys I've had towards the end of the build were all really good, basically. I had my dramas at the start, but it almost took me 3 times. I had different panel beater, which I had to take it away from him, basically. And then, like I said, it ended up with Daniel. And then from there, it went to Steve. Ange Romeo is the guy that did the interior. Another guy, I knew him through other people, and he was awesome as well. You know, took his time, and you know, he's done a fabulous job.
Yeah,
you know.
No, it looks really good in there. And the fabric you've chosen to go on the inside
that was
has that
all myself.
super retro kind of look to it from that
I was
era
going
car.
for that,
Yeah.
and I think I got it right in the end, eh?
So how was the chrome on the car when you first got it, that sort of thing? You said you had a donor car. Did that sort of help with that kind of stuff?
All the chrome was gone. I had to get everything re-chromed, basically everything.
So
but I had the parts, The only parts I was short of was the nose cones on the very end of these. They've got, like, they're just a nose on the end of them where the exhaust comes
out
through.
I saw that earlier. That's a nice little feature.
And unfortunately, that was a bit of a glitch in their design because it rusted out. Like a lot of them you find, that's where it all rusts out. So they're very hard to find. I managed to find them, get them over from the States, and just had to re-chrome them, and that was it, basically.
Yeah, nice.
So that was my only issue with the chrome.
Yep.
Other than that, it was all good.
Yep.
I was able just to get a bit of a knocking out in some of them, but otherwise I reused all of those bits.
Yep.
Again, didn't have to buy any of those, which I was lucky enough to.
When you can use what you got when a car's pretty complete, it's always much better. Having those original parts, they always fit better too.
Yeah, that's right, I mean, because the parts for this, it is definitely hard, The one thing that I was able to get was glass. I thought the glass was going to be an issue, but I was able to get everything. They still do the glass now for them.
Wow.
But I ended up buying the whole lot, and I've stored them now, so if anything breaks, I've got a spare, basically.
Yeah. Well, being American, I mean, they seem to have all the parts over there, don't they?
They do, yeah. Well, apparently, I mean, it's not like the Chevy now. I couldn't go and get a bumper or anything like that anymore. That would be, I'd hate to have an accident in this, and I'd have to repair it. Try and get it repaired, basically. I would think.
Yeah.
The other thing I'd probably change that you might notice is that this used to be chromed.
Oh, okay, so he's gone with a sort of more Frenched kind of a look.
Yeah. I decided to go that type of a look. Get away from the chrome bezels on them.
It just smooths it out a little bit, doesn't it?
That was Steve's idea, actually.
There's plenty of chrome at the front. You don't need to worry about that.
100%. There's enough chrome on it not to worry about losing a bit of chrome.
And you got the Foose wheels on here?
Yep, I actually had brought them when the car was in the States. I got them to whack them on straight up.
Yep.
I thought I'd
get it all shipped over in one.
Get it all shipped over in one, cheaper, and that was the one thing. I mean, I used to, idolise Mr. Foose there, basically. So the chance, I thought, you know what, I might grab his rims. So I looked it up, and basically ended up getting them on the car and over to here.
Oh, fantastic. He's a great car designer, I'll give him that. So is there any other big challenges with the body you came across while you were doing it? Or is it all, because you say your rust was pretty good, that sort of thing?
Yeah, no, look, the body, it was actually smooth.
Yeah. Have a look under the bonnet and see what's in it.
Okay.
First of all, look at the mouth on this thing. Wow.
Yeah.
That is one big lump of chrome.
It is, eh?
Yeah.
The interesting, I actually debadged it. A lot of people always say, "Oh, what is it? What is it?" They don't know what it is. They all think it's a Chevy, and it's like, no, it's not a Chevy, basically, eh? So by debadging it, I'm definitely keeping people guessing on what it is, eh?
Well, the diehards would know the four ovals on the side. They'll know that that's the traditional
But
Buick.
anybody else, wouldn't have a clue, basically.
Yeah, fair enough.
They call it a Chevy. Let's have a look at the sinker, is what I'll call it.
So what exactly are we running under here?
Okay, so this is a 500, so it's out of a Cadillac. So the Cadillac had the 472s, and they did a 500 as well. At the time, this was actually up for sale here in Perth, so I thought, right, I'll take this. I suppose in hindsight, to be honest, mate, if I had to do it again, I probably would have left the original nail head in there, eh?
So was it hard work getting it in? Like, did you have to modify a lot of things to get it in there?
The chassis had to be cut and engineering and
right down to that level.
It was a big move, basically.
Yeah.
I think the reason behind doing it was I've got a couple of brothers who got cars as well, and they've got Chevys, 57 Chevys, and they've got big blocks. So it swayed me into doing a big block as well. So it was like,
had to be part of the family.
Had to be part of the family, But in hindsight, I really wish I hadn't have done that, to be honest.
Well, it looks great in there. Like, it's a big motor.
Look, it's not been worked or anything. It's just a standard 500, basically. It's got a cam powered with a turbo 400 and the shift kit in it, basically. So look, it does get up and go. It's pretty torquey. It is torquey.
And that's not a bad thing for a big car like
For
this,
a big car, yeah. That's what I was chasing at the end of the day. I mean, I'm not going to do quarter miles and do anything like that, eh? It's
no, but you don't want to
two-ton
be
car.
you don't want to be slugging it off the lights either.
and
do
that
you?
as well,
Yeah.
yeah. Other than that, you know, radiator was done by Browns, so it's a 4-core with thermos, and it does seem to fit in quite snug in there, actually.
Yeah, I was just looking. The extractors have even got a little bit of room around them, which is well, not unusual, but when you put a big block into a car, generally you have some space issues. Were they something you got off the shelf, or were they had to be made up?
They were made up.
Yeah. So who did all the engineering and that side of it for you?
Reno Marchesi was my engineer, so he had a lot to do with it. Basically, he got it licensed for me. He was very helpful, very knowledgeable man, basically.
Now, is that the original firewall, or has that been flattened out?
That's been flattened out.
Yeah.
It was.
So that was done as part of the rebuild?
Yeah,
or was that
so
done?
that was part of what Daniel done, and then touched up by Steve and painted. So my brother helped me with the engine. We put that in, got it all mounted and working and running and all that between my two brothers. So they had a bit of a lot of play in this, the wiring up of it. Yeah, we did spend numerous amount of hours on this, basically getting in and then getting it running, basically.
Right, so what diff have you got behind all of that?
So this is actually 12 bolt. So originally it was out of a Chevelle that came in from the States like that. It was already on the car.
Yep.
So I basically kept it, and it was in good nick.
So did you have to pull the engine down or anything with the rebuild? Did it have to come apart?
Oh look, it did. It was rebuilt. The engine was rebuilt.
Yep.
We literally had to do
Rings and bearings, that sort of thing.
All that sort of basic stuff. Yeah.
And just the Holly carb?
I've gone through so many of these trying to get it right. Gone to 780. One of them that was too big, and you talk to different mechanics and they all tell you something different. Basically, As soon as I installed this, it definitely ran a lot cooler. Yeah. Because you just want less hassles, basically.
That's right.
Yeah.
You don't want your cars running hot if you can help it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Wow. I do love those old school interiors.
It's quite roomy in it, I suppose.
Yeah. And the styling was just something else, wasn't it?
Yeah, for its day.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at it. I mean, what got me was the dash with this, the wraparound dash.
Sensational, isn't it? And even just the knobs and the buttons and the bits and pieces. And
you just don't see it, do you, these days anymore, eh? The wiper and the aircon part, and then you got the lights. They sort of made it look the same on the other side. So simple as just the lights.
And the long speedos, another feature you don't see heaps, but it's a pretty cool one, I reckon.
And all my gauges work, actually. In saying that, I think maybe the gas one's starting to play up now.
And the trim looks fantastic in here. The trim's been done really well, hasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, this is quite a few years old too, so it's holding up really well. The wipers, basically, everything's just so different.
Oh, is that the wiper switch?
That's the wiper switch there.
Wow.
Yeah, the original wiper switch. So you got your wipers there, and your little buzzer for the water sprayer.
And that's unreal. And the wraparound windscreen just makes you feel like you're in something a bit different, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like you feel like you're almost in an aeroplane.
Yeah. And you look at the back as well. Like the back's got the wraparound as well. So I just think they got it right. When they made this particular model.
Yeah, look, there's lots of things I love about the old interiors. The chrome striping on the inside that finishes off the hood linings and things like that. That stuff's really, really good. Yeah.
The vent windows.
Yeah,
they make such a
windows,
difference. I mean, when you're cruising and it's getting a little bit warm, you get your windows down, but these little quarter windows, once you open them up, the fresh air just hits you.
Yeah.
You don't need air conditioning.
No, that's it. Yeah. And like I said, the shiny silver really just puts it straight into that 50s era for me.
Yeah.
It just screams 50s. These shiny kind of fabrics.
Yeah. No, look, I think it's definitely hit the market.
I like the way you've done your shifter with your extra gauges in the shifter pod. That's really nice. And is the steering wheel original?
No.
No, I didn't think so. Yeah. They were the two things I'm looking at in here thinking, they're probably the imports.
Yeah. So, and there actually is one other thing, and that's this cover, because that's the aircon.
Yep. Oh, so you put an aftermarket.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Sweet.
Which I haven't gassed.
Yep.
I've never tried it. I probably will one day. All I got to do is just gas it and see how it goes. But I don't really drive it when it's that hot, to be honest. And being a big block and they get pretty hot, the cars, Don't know if I want to try it or not, eh?
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, it doesn't take away from your legroom too much either. I mean, there's so much room in this thing anyway, isn't there?
Yeah, these are a big car.
Yeah.
They're longer than the Chevys. Because I've lined them up against my brothers, and yeah, they are wider and actually longer as well.
Yeah.
The aftermarket stereo. So that's...
Okay.
I got that online actually. It's a digital thing basically.
And is that the original stereo surround and everything,
Nope.
or is that
No,
that's
that's
all part of the new part?
That's all part of it.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's completely non-original
Even
radio.
though it's stamped up Buick and everything like that.
Yeah, you can buy them like that with Buick on them, basically.
Yeah.
See, the actual air ride, it used to be set up here, but it's actually now in the glove box.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So the handpiece there,
Just tucked away. Yeah.
just tucked away there, and
Yep.
you can control it with that pretty well, much, eh?
Yep.
But other than that, yeah, she's pretty standard in here. It was all electric. That was the way
As
it
I say, you
came
got
out.
your electric windows. and
Yeah,
that sort of thing.
yeah, that's how it all came out.
Well, I can sit in here all day because it's very comfy and there's lots of room, but we better go around the back and see what's going on.
Have a look
around
what's
there.
going on over there.
Yep.
Okay.
Perfect.
Let's go.
Which handle do I pull? So more chrome.
It never ends, does it?
Wow, look, they're the massive pieces of chrome, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah.
Yep. I
And
mean,
like you were saying before, the exhaust pipe comes out the bottom
yeah.
here.
So that's the nose cone that I was talking about.
Yeah.
So this is where they all tended to rust out.
Yeah.
So what I did is I actually, the exhaust, that's just a fake exhaust tail.
Oh, okay.
So
right.
it
So
actually,
you've got it dropping out elsewhere, have you?
yeah, just down the sides, out the back here, basically. Eh?
Yeah. Okay.
I wanted to still make it look, because otherwise it was all hollow, and you'd see it, so it
Yeah.
wouldn't look good. So then I ended up just putting some stainless steel pipes in there to fill it up and finish it off and make it look like that's how it was back in the day.
Yeah, well, look, it's a really nice little feature. I kind of like that. It's just part
It's
of the
different.
styling and the
It's
design that they got
different,
into
yeah.
in those days, wasn't it?
Yeah, and you know the actual, it was only like a little 1.5 inch exhaust coming out of it.
Oh,
It was
okay.
very tiny, eh?
Rightio.
So you could see the whole lot of it, and
Yeah.
rusting and all that. So
Well, that looks much better than with the pipes that match the hull.
like when we were putting this together, it took 2-3 of us to put a bumper on.
Yeah, okay.
So
Yeah.
2 of us holding it while the other one was bolting it all up.
Just amazing styling back in the day. And the
Yeah.
fuel cap into the bumper bar as well. That's a
You don't see that.
unique
these-
little feature.
Yeah.
Again, a lot of the styling was lost, wasn't it?
It was,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Yeah.
No worries. Well, let's see how many bodies you could fit in this. boot.
Look, it's not as big as what you would imagine. I mean, it is a big boot, but
That is a big boot.
I've
Yeah.
actually, I've got all my air stuff, air ride tucked away in here as well. So
Well, to have that all tucked away in, I assume, in under the parcel shelf area there.
under that, yep.
Yeah, and still,
have that.
this much
yeah.
room. Well, yeah, that's pretty incredible. That's a massive boot. And again, nicely decked out.
Yeah, it's just neatly trimmed, basically.
Yep.
Guinea tyre.
Yeah.
My one doesn't fit under there anymore, so I drive around without a spare.
Yeah, fair enough. You're not the first one who said that.
Yeah. My sparers, my boys, I ring them.
Yeah. That's it. And I guess in a car like this, you've got plenty of room to tuck things away, don't you?
Yeah.
You've got like acres of room, it feels like.
Yep.
All right, mate, so before we talk about this stuff,
Yep.
what actually started your passion for cars in the first place? Where did that all come from?
Oh, geez, it'd be from when I first got my license, I suppose. I mean, all my mates were into their cars. We would not go out as much in the earlier days, and we would just concentrate on our cars. So from a very young age, we brought cars and just played with them.
Yeah.
You know,
It was definitely a pastime, wasn't it, in those days when you didn't have as much distraction that the modern world gives
has
us.
today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. It was either sports or cars,
Yep.
you suppose. Yeah, and I've been through quite a few cars. I've restored some cars, passed them on, and and ended up with this thing here now, basically.
So you entered this into the Claremont Hot Rod Show in 2017, I believe.
Yeah, 2017. Yep.
And you brought home some silverware.
I did.
That's awesome.
When I say it wasn't actually me who entered it. Steve the guy who painted it, Steve Bover, did. He was like really keen on wanting it in the show, and I was sort of set back from that. I thought, oh really?
Yep.
You know, I didn't think it would be of that caliber, and we got in there, and yeah, we ended up getting People's Choice, which was pretty hard to get these days.
Yeah, yeah. When the people vote, there's
vote,
there's no bullcrap in it, is there?
That's right.
Yeah.
It's what people see. Your average person has their vote, you know, it was great. Oh, it was mind-blowing for me.
Yep.
Absolutely mind-blowing. And also got the, what is that? The second...
Was it the runner-up?
Second street machine, yeah, basically.
Yep.
Yeah, so I walked away with these two beauties, actually.
Yeah. No, that's always a good day at the show if you can come home with a couple
absolutely awesome. It was an experience.
And it just shows that people appreciate the work that's gone into the car. It's a big accolade, so congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. And you've got a nice little man cave here as well. You've got a heap of stuff up on the walls and bits and pieces, bits of memorabilia, and
I probably spend too much time in here, according to my wife. But yeah, I love my little posters and my little knick-knacks, basically. I could just spend hours in here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually love this room. I can just sit in here, and you know, I've got my fridge there, so I can have a beer, and my boys coming here as well now, and you know, they're working on their little project now. Yeah, enjoying it basically.
Yep. No, lovely. So this is to do with your boys then, is it? So
yes.
This is something that they're doing?
So this was passed on to them from their granddad, my father-in-law. He was getting a bit too old to actually being able to sit in it and everything else. So knowing my background, and the boys, they love their cars as well.
Yeah.
So he's thought this will go to a good home, and he's given it to them, and they're starting to work on it now, which is great. And he loves it because, you know, he grew up with it back in his day as well. My wife remembers being driven around in it, basically. So it's got some sentimental value to their whole family, basically.
Yeah,
so to be able to be passed on to the boys is, it's quite special, basically.
Yeah. And the day they go pick him up, take him for a spin in it,
I'm hoping that'll be the case, because at the moment he's like, you know, so where are you at with it? Where are you at with it? You know? As we all know, they're money pits.
Yeah, of course.
And you've got two young boys who usually don't have a lot of money on them, but they're hands-on too, so they don't mind getting their hands dirty. And
well, that's really good. That can save you a lot of money. That can save you a packet.
Yeah,
if you're really hands-on yourself.
They certainly are. Yeah.
No, spot on, mate. Oh, well, when we get this one on the road, the boys get on the road, we'll have to come and have a chat with them.
Oh, perfect. That'd be great. I think they'll love that.
Yeah, no, spot on, mate. Right, Eddie, thanks heaps for having us out today, mate. Really appreciate
your
time.
Absolute pleasure. It's been awesome having you guys here.
Yep. Now, the Buick's an amazing car to look at, mate. It's you've done very well with that. And thanks again for your time, and thanks for the chat.
Absolute pleasure.
And don't forget, guys, like, share and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And also, jump on our website and grab some merch. We've got our winter merch in at the moment. We've got some awesome hoodies on there, so jump on and have a look.